when we think about the enormity of what we have to do in order to curb climate emissions and meet 1.5, we come to the realization that no one can do it alone. And this is really all about partnerships. This is incredibly critical in the heavy industries and in hard to abate sectors, because what's happening is very traditional value chains are breaking apart and reforming with members of the value chain that have never worked together. So all of the sudden, companies that know each other or maybe are vertically integrated are now having to work with partners that they've never had to work with before. And so being open to those partnerships and understanding that you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but it really is about everybody going together, is going to be unbelievably critical in making those changes happen. So for example, traditional fuel suppliers have traditionally integrated value chains all the way from extraction through to distribution. In the biofuels sector, for example, now all of a sudden the agricultural value chain is coming together with the energy value chain. They have to work with smallholder farmers in geographies they're not used to, and they have to form a very, very different value chain in order for them to be successful. And so this is a very different environment for everybody. And so it's those partnerships that are gonna see us through. And at Aspen Tech, we've historically partnered with our customers, and now we're looking to partner up and down the value chain with IT partners and with NGOs as we learn what it means to be a global climate innovator. When we think about innovation, typically in the sustainability or in the climate space, we think about big technologies like electrolyzers for hydrogen or compressors for CCUS. Digital technologies are not don't readily come to mind, but digital technologies have a huge role to play when it comes to innovation. First of all, digital technologies are low-hanging fruit. They can improve energy efficiency without the need for any capital investment. Aspen Tech is already working with our customers to reduce their carbon footprint, to reduce their emissions, to reduce their energy intensity in a way that does not require them to make massive investments up front and allows for short-term gains with long-term outcomes. The other thing that's really interesting about digital technologies is when we talk about digital innovation, it's either carbon accounting or something that's way out in the future. We're talking about technologies that exist today, and they're operational technologies. They're not just reporting, they're things that live in these hard to abate industries, in the plants, helping to improve the outcomes. But the third thing about technology is that our innovation cycle in digital technologies and software is much shorter. And so we can bring things to market like AI and quantum computing at a rate that's much faster than a lot of capital innovation. And so we can actually accelerate that innovation at a rate that most companies can't. And Aspen Tech is committed to partnering both with our customers, but also with innovators in the digital space to bring those to market quickly and drive value sooner rather than later. Events like the Sustainable Innovation Forum are critical for two reasons. The first is that it brings together industry leaders and allows us to really drive awareness of what's out there, not just for other industries, but also for policymakers. And it's that bringing together of the private sector and the public sector that's really going to drive us forward. And I think this COP, more than any other COP, this has become abundantly clear. It feels different. And hopefully this is a turning point where governments and businesses can really start to work together to drive climate action. And it's this type of forum that allows us to do that. The first thing it does is it allows us to drive awareness, and it allows us to drive awareness at the event with the energy that already exists, but also with all of the the live streaming and the follow-up, these events drive awareness and adoption well after the event itself. And it's really that partnership with Climate Action and the Sustainable Innovation Forum that I feel is really going to amplify and drive education around some of these technologies that aren't as tangible, right? Most people can't see and feel software unless it's manifested in your phone or in your computer. A lot of industrial software actually is behind the scenes, and this allows us to bring it to the forefront. And I'm really excited to be here with the Sustainable Innovation Forum and with the Hydrogen Transition Summit to really talk about what it is we can do to help drive net zero for the world.